This is Free Speech News, and it is Thursday, February 5th, and we've had quite a bit of news over the past couple days, and I just want to say that what they are doing to President Trump is an absolute disgrace. It is a disgrace to our country. It is a disgrace to what America is supposed to be about. And it's unconstitutional, as a lot of people are already saying. And it's already been voted upon that it is unconstitutional. Now, Dems requested for Trump to testify, and of course, President Trump rejects that offer. If he is going to, quote, testify, it's going to be on his own terms, and I don't think he should testify, but he should definitely speak. And first, the Dems say they weren't going to call him as a witness. Now they did. And of course, the Dems doing what they do best, as lying. And with the trial fast approaching, slated to begin February 8th, for the world to see, because we are going to be able to watch this. And I can't wait to see how this fight goes. Now, we know the direction of Trump's lawyers. They want to go the constitutional route. But they must talk about the election, because this is what the Dems are saying that led to the Capitol riot. These claims of election fraud, which most, if not all, are true. And it's going to be a hell of a fight. It's going to be a hell of a fight. And yesterday as well, we had the Dems using their power to strip Representative Taylor Greene, Margie Taylor Greene, of committee assignments for her past comments related to Q and QAnon. And honestly, it's ridiculous, the relentless attacking of the MAGA movement and Trump supporters, as they are trying to stop this movement, which will not happen. The free speech, the MAGA movement is here to stay. And it's not going anywhere. They can try to scare us. They can try to put us in fear, but we are not going to give up. Now, as they used ridiculous old posts that she posted about different things, which many are actually true. And it's just ridiculous. I mean, we're not allowed to have an opinion anymore. We are not allowed to make mistakes. But as always, the Dems, the corrupt politicians, they can make as many mistakes as they want, and nothing happens to them. They can break as many laws as they want, and nothing will happen. And the thing is, with Greene, is she apologized. She apologized. She explained everything. And yet they still stripped her of her committee assignments. It's just gone too far. And another thing that has gone too far is Biden's policies, Biden's executive orders. Because we have Joe Biden and I will not call him President Biden. We have Joe Biden, who, for the border of our country, he wants it to be wide open. And this is a huge national security threat. When we have all these drugs, we have sex trafficking, we have, among plenty of other things, just coming right into our country. And the left always wants to talk about a wall doesn't matter, but it does. A wall is a deterrent. Now, we have a wall that could have motion sensors, cameras, that can detect if somebody is at that point of the wall, which makes it easy for Border Patrol to go to that location and know exactly where it is at. To say, to leave the border wide open versus a deterrent of a wall is nonsense. And as we've seen in Washington, D.C., the Dems put a wall around all of the Capitol and major parts of D.C., but a wall doesn't work. So we see the hypocrisy time and time again, and their supporters are blind to it as well. And we have a good conversation here on Lou Dobbs about this wall, and I'm just going to let it play right now.
Former Customs and Border Protection Commissioner Mark Morgan. Mark, good to see you, and to see you in a civilian role, if I can put it that way. Welcome back, and congratulations on a job well done. A tough job, as I think most Americans understand. Let's turn to this open border and just wide open illegal immigration and rampant amnesty that the Biden administration is insisting will be the new reality, and it's becoming so quickly. A crisis is bound to follow, and we have early evidence that that crisis has formed and is enlarging, do we not?
Lou, you're absolutely right. I keep getting asked that question, and it's not when the crisis is going to happen because of the open border policies under this new administration. Lou, it's already happening. The crisis is already upon us. Look, the daily average in January for the past 21 days have been 3,000 individuals trying to illegally enter the country every single day. A couple of days ago, that was 3,500. Lou, you know this. You've been following this for a long time. We haven't seen numbers like this since the crisis, the summer of 2019. And this is a direct result of this president's policies with immigration. The crisis has already begun.
The crisis has begun, and all of the tools, it seems, that you were able to employ under President Trump will be no more. The Border Patrol, Customs, Border Protection are without tools, without many of their weapons against illegal immigration, the drug cartels, smuggling, human smuggling, sex trafficking. This administration is basically saying, welcome to America.
Lou, they are. They might as well just buy billboard space in Central America that says, come on in, our borders are open, because that's what's happening. And you're right. And this is very important. They're stripping away all the effective policies that the Trump administration put in effect that absolutely worked under every measurable fact that's out there. And he, without a plan to replace them, he's removing them. The only thing that 3,500 a day, the only reason why it's not a catastrophic crisis right now is because of the CDC order Title 42 that's in place right now. That's the only reason. Once that goes away, that 3,500 becomes a catastrophic crisis the next day, and Title 42 is already being eroded away, as you mentioned.
What do we do?
Look, this is, now I can say this because I am free, is like elections matter, 2022 matters, but right now we have to keep saying that this is absolutely absurd. He has eroded everything. MPP, the policy that ended catch and release. In 2019, CBP and ICE released 500,000 illegal aliens into the country, never to be heard from again. In 2020, because of President Trump, that was less than 1,000. We're back on, full on, ready to be full on catch and release. We've got to convince them that they cannot continue to strip these policies away unless they have another plan to replace it.
Mark Morgan, great to have you with us. Thanks for your service and all you've done and will continue to do for the country. Mark Morgan.
Now, another story that many were talking about is the lies that AOC has portrayed. She, which I'm not going to show, but she had this terrifying experience, and she made this speech, this big ordeal, and then come to find out she's lying. Well, what do you know? Democrats trying to spin things, make up things to make us look bad. And when I first seen the video, it was blatantly obvious to me that she was lying. She was clearly lying. And it was all just an act. But the point being is, again, the hypocrisy of the left and the Dems, and also the mainstream media, because this story you can't even hardly find. And if this was Trump or Ted Cruz or Senator Hawley, there would be calls for removal right now. It would be 10 times worse. It would be all over the news. But again, these hypocrites in the mainstream media cover this up. And something needs to be done about this. They have their own set of rules. Our rules are different. And right now they have all the power. But we must keep fighting back. And we must keep exposing the corrupt.